created huges that swim the ocean stream, him happily slumbering on the Norway foam, the pilot of some small night-foundered skiff, deeming some island oft as seamental, with fixed anchor in his scaly rind, moors by his side under the lee, while night invests the sea and wished morn delays. So stretched out, huge in length, the arch-fiend lay, chained on the burning lake, nor ever thence has risen or heaved his head, but that the will and high permission of all ruling heaven left him at large to his own dark designs, that with reiterated crimes he might heap on himself damnation, while he sought evil to others, and enraged might see how all his malice served but to bring forth infinite goodness, grace, and mercy shown on man by him seduced, but on himself treble confusion, wrath, and vengeance poured. Forthwith upright he rears from off the pool, his mighty stature on each hand the flames, driven backward slope, their pointing spires, and rowelled in billows, leave in the midst a horrid veil. From the description, tell me in your imagination what are you able to create on your first reading of it? Only the first reading of it, without being told what it means. What do you imagine it is like?
मैम टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट ये जो विद फिक्स्ड एंकर इन द स्कैली रेंट तक मैंने इसकी डिस्क्रिप्शन पढ़ी थी बुक से, तो वहां तक मुझे थोड़ा समझ आ रहा है ये क्या है, उसके बाद नहीं आ रहा।
क्या समझ आ रहा है? What is the imagination you can create? What can you imagine? What does it look like?
एज वी रेड अबाउट इससे पहले जो वो मिस्टिकल वेल जो थी जिसके बारे में हम पढ़ रहे थे, जो वेल टाइप उसमें जो आई एम नॉट सेइंग इट माय ओन, इट्स नॉट माय ओन इमेजिनेशन, एज आई रेड उसमें लिखा था उस बुक में जो वो डिस्क्रिप्शन दे रहा था। मैं आई वाज़ जस्ट वो मैं वो पढ़ नहीं रही थी ऐसे, बस आई वाज़ जस्ट गोइंग थ्रू कि वो क्या है। उसमें लिखा था इट्स लाइक क्रिएटेड ह्यूज that swim the ocean stream, like it's that great whale that's swimming through the ocean stream, him happily फिर उसमें लिखा था कि that ship was anchored something like into that ocean, his like whale's skin, something like that. I don't know what was that. I didn't understood that, but उसमें कुछ ऐसा लिखा था. I just that उसने someone, I don't know who was that narrator, but उसमें लिखा था कि वो उसके स्किन में उसको एंकर कर रहा था, just imagining it was like something ocean, ना island.
What looks like an island?
This that big whale, we were reading before about that. पिछले पैरा में इसमें हमने पढ़ी थी
Yes, so
इसके
in
बारे में.
here he is giving the description that him happily slumbering on the Norway foam, the pilot of some small night foundered skiff because of the night. This skiff, this boat has lost its way on the Norway foam, giving it the geographical side of it. This is the Norway, where it's the night time, and the pilot has lost his way. But taking this created hugest by God that swim the ocean stream. Leviathan was created huge and swims on the ocean stream. Him happily slumbering on the Norway foam, the pilot of some small founder skiff, a pilot who is happily slumbering. Happily means by good fortune he is slumbering, and on the Norway foam, what does he find? He deems it some island. Deems. He thinks, he takes it, mistakes it as an island. He takes it as an island. He deems it to be an island because the whale is so huge, so large. Say this is the pilot here, um, and think of his eyes, his perspective. What's he looking for when he is in his boat? He's rowing. He is looking for some place where he can fix his boat. Okay, and he is on a watery island. And what can he see? All he can find is that he sees something huge. Say this is what he finds. So he's happy that he is about to reach a shore. He thinks this is a shore. But the real imagination is not possible for him. He cannot imagine that this basically, the rind that he sees, it's a rind of the whale. He only sees a part of it and thinks it's an island, but in actuality, this is only a small part of the whale. What does he do? He takes his boat and anchors it on its rind. Anchors means throws the anchor, fixes his boat onto the rind of the whale because the rind is hard. Rind of a whale is hard, the skin, it's very thick, it's hard. He fixes his boat onto the rind. What's he telling you in these lines? Is he telling? Is he trying to give you an idea of? He's helping you imagine the size of Leviathan. Ancient tales tell us that Leviathan was as large that one slumbering pilot took it as an island and anchored his boat, deeming some island oft. As seamen say, often has it been taken as an island, often. Fixed anchor in his scaly rind. Scaly because it's a whale and whale is from the family of fishes. It's a fish. So scaly, this is because it has scales. And seamen think that this is an island. Is the imagination clearer, better now? With fixed anchor in his scaly rind, moors by his side, under the lee, while night invests the sea, and wished morn delays. What is this moors? It's not the moor that you find in Shakespeare because the M is capital. The M is capital because it's the beginning of the line. Otherwise, it's simply the verb more. What does the verb more mean? What does the verb more mean?
Is that moodland type? I think.
Do you check the words out? If I give you some word and ask you to check the meaning to add to your vocabulary, do you check the words?
Is it like moodland type? Moodland is that mood?
More, that's the noun form of it. I'm saying the verb form of more because this is somebody mooring. This is about a seamen tell with fixed anchor in his scaly rind, moors by his side. He does something. It's a verb. When an anchor is fixed on the land, it's called mooring. This act, this doing word for this action of anchoring your boat onto the land is called mooring your boat. To cast the anchor onto the shore is called mooring. With fixed anchor in his scaly rind, moors by his side under the lee. What's a lee? Under under the lee.
शिप का वो पार्ट शेल्टर होता है
Sheltered part में. They anchor themselves here, sheltered in a place where winds will not attack them. Winds will not attack the boat, and boat cannot move. Under the lee, have you heard of the windward side and the leeward side in geography? Leeward side and windward side. So windward side is where the winds come, and leeward side is the opposite side of the windward side. Windward side and leeward side. So if winds often come on this side of the hillock, this side will be its leeward side, and people will prefer to build their houses on this part of the hill because this is the leeward side. Okay. Moors by his side under the lee, while night invests the sea, and wished morn delays. So, what does the pilot wish? What does he desire of? Then the morning is delayed and he can rest because at the leeward side, his boat is anchored, he is safe, and he wants to stay there for the night. So stretched out huge in length, the ark fiend lay. It was in a similar manner, like the Leviathan, that Satan lay on the sea. So all this was only required for helping you imagine what? Imagine the size that you are a human, like this pilot, you won't be able to imagine the size of Satan. So how can you help yourself? Think of that pilot who mistakes the rind of the whale as a wind of the Leviathan as an island. So the size of Satan for you is the size of an island. This is Satan, and you're just a small pod in front of him. Is it clear? So in an ocean, the size of Satan is compared to the ocean. If this is an ocean, the size of Satan is like an island on the ocean. Say this island. So if I tell you just an island, you will not be able to imagine it as clearly as this idea could help you. So this is how Miltonic imagination is very fertile. So do you understand how do you critically evaluate a writer? Through its imagination. Now if you had to tell the same thing to your readers, the size of something is like the size of an island, directly saying the same thing will not make a similar effect as this did, right? So stretched out huge in length, the arch-fiend lay. Now, what was the requirement of two verbs that mean the same thing?
I
This also helps you in understanding the language or style of a writer. Style of a writer. What does he need it for? I will not go into the details. What are the requirements? Why is it done? What is the stylistics behind it? But while reading a writer, you have to engage with every details that a writer is making use of, like the imagination. This is how you can differentiate if you like Milton or if you like Pope better. It's only when you invest yourself in the reading of each word, each line, each sentence, each rhyme, each rhythm, and then you can find what's the difference between one writer and the second. Also, along with that, this will also prepare you to be teachers in future. When you are teaching Milton, how your teaching will be different than if you're teaching Pope in a class. Chained on the burning lake, the same ocean that he was giving you the description of, take it as the lake of fire. The island that I was talking about, take it as Satan. Nor ever thence had risen or heaved his head. What do you think it means? Try to do it yourself. Nor ever thence. Thence means since then. Together we say thence.
मैम सेटन ने अभी तक इतना सर्च किया खुद को उस बर्निंग लेक से नहीं निकाला था
Yes, since he has been since when? Since
since
when?
the fall
Since
Since
the fall.
downfall.
Since his fall, he has not risen his head, but nor risen nor heaved his head. Heaved means like the heaving. What happens to your chest when you heave? It moves slightly. Means not
ऊपर नीचे
slightest movement has not been noticed in Satan since the fall. And risen nor heaved or his head, but that the will and high permission of all ruling heaven. He cannot move, but he requires the will of
God
God for that to happen. So here, what do you see? Milton is accepting the idea that everything is predestined and nothing is in the hands of either man or Satan. Whatever Satan does, even that is predestined. So Milton therefore becomes the Puritan. Has risen, all ruling heaven left him at large to his own dark designs. So what is the design of God then? What does God want out of Satan? Left him to his own dark designs. Now, is it free will? He left him to his own dark designs. Let's see what you can do. Does Milton believe in free will or he does not? Pick the lines out from the lines that I have given that you can see. Pick the line out where you can tell me that Milton believes in free will. If Milton believes in free will, he is not a Calvinist. If he does not believe in free will, he is a Calvinist. This has already been discussed. What did Calvin say? John Calvin? John Calvin's Calvinism, published in his essay Predestination and Free Will. Pick the lines out that tell you that Milton believes in free will or he does not believe in free will. Tell me quickly. I give you 5 minutes. I give you 2 minutes. We have just 5 minutes left in this meeting. Tell me if Milton believes in free will or not.
I think he does not believe in free will.
What's the line that tells you this? What's the line?
That he hasn't risen or heaved his head, but that will and high permission of all ruling heaven.
मारू किस लाइन में ऐसा क्या है? You said he
When
does not
everything,
believe in free will?
because everything is destined by God.
It's destined and designed by God, right?
Yes, Yes.
So what about this line? Left him at large to his own dark designs.
Left him at large to his own dark design.
Left him at large to his own dark designs means he was left free to his own dark designs. That is free will.
I thought this is the reflection of his, like, whatever evil he thought, he is just whatever is happening to him is a reflection. I thought this is that, maybe, of his dark design. Maybe yes. That's why I didn't choose this line.
Whatever he does is his own dark design. Who's God's dark design?
So I thought that, like, God left Satan for whatever is happening to him is his own was in his mind, and he is now due to his own dark design he's suffering.
No, the line says, high permission of all ruling heaven left him at large to his own dark designs. Left him to what he is going to do. Left him to his own dark designs, to the dark designs of Satan.
Yeah.
So the line before this is about predestination, okay, taken. But here you see free will. How will you justify which of the two does Milton believe in?
That will make sense. What?
मैम इट्स अबाउट फॉर नॉलेज, मतलब पहले जैसे हम मानते हैं कि मतलब हर चीज में फ्री विल हर जगह नहीं होती, बस इतना पता होती है कि अल्लाह ताला को पता ही होती है कि ये कौन सा स्टेप लेने वाला हो। मे बी
None of the lines here talks about pre-knowledge, foreknowledge. This is what I told you in one of the classes when we were discussing this. That idea wasn't there in Europe at that time. I gave you that idea. In these lines, they only had in his time, in Miltonic time, they had idea of predestination, they had idea of free will. Come back in next class, next time, with an answer to this. Along with, read these lines because the answer might be in the lines that follow. अभी नमाज के लिए जाओ और मुझे कल आप इसका आंसर देंगे, ठीक है?
Okay, ma'am.
And read all the lines up
हाँ,
till
सवाल क्या था, मैंने कुछ नहीं सुना।
वो आप रिकॉर्डिंग में दोबारा सुनेंगे. Of unblessed feet तक आप रीड
Yes,
करेंगे.